The United States and Saudi Arabia have finalized a monumental arms deal worth a staggering $142 billion. This agreement, revealed during former President Donald Trump's visit to Riyadh, marks a pivotal moment in the two nations' long-standing relationship. The Trump administration hailed it as the most substantial defense cooperation agreement in history, underscoring its significance on the global stage. This monumental deal encompasses a wide array of advanced military technology and equipment. At its heart lies a shared objective: bolstering Saudi Arabia's defense capabilities in an increasingly volatile region. The agreement is poised to reshape the balance of power in the Middle East.
This landmark agreement has triggered a flurry of activity within the U.S. defense industry. Over a dozen prominent companies are set to reap the rewards of this multi-billion-dollar deal, with Lockheed Martin, RTX, and Boeing leading the pack. Lockheed Martin, renowned for its cutting-edge aerospace technology, has secured a potential $20 billion contract for its state-of-the-art MQ-9B Sea Guardian drones. RTX, formerly known as Raytheon Technologies, and Boeing, another titan of the aerospace industry, are also poised to play pivotal roles. Their expertise in missile defense systems, radar technology, and military aircraft will be instrumental in fulfilling the terms of this agreement. The deal encompasses a diverse range of military hardware, including C-130 transport aircraft, an array of sophisticated missiles, and advanced radar systems.
This landmark arms deal is not without its precursors. The history of U.S.-Saudi arms agreements is long and complex, often stirring significant debate and controversy. In 2017, the Trump administration put forth a proposal for a $110 billion arms sale to Saudi Arabia. This proposal was seen as a major step in strengthening the strategic partnership between the two nations. However, the deal faced significant hurdles, and only a fraction of it, approximately $14.5 billion, had been initiated by 2018. The political landscape in the U.S. was fraught with debates over the ethical implications of such a massive arms sale. The gruesome murder of journalist Jamal Khashoggi in 2018 cast a long shadow over U.S.-Saudi relations and fueled congressional opposition to large-scale arms sales. This incident brought human rights issues to the forefront of the debate. The Biden administration, taking office in 2021, responded to the escalating concerns surrounding Saudi Arabia's human rights record by imposing a ban on offensive weapons sales to the kingdom. This move was seen as a significant shift in U.S. foreign policy. This ban, however, proved to be temporary. The complexities of international relations and strategic interests often lead to policy reversals. In 2022, it was partially lifted, and in 2024, following the Hamas attack on Israel, the Biden administration fully reinstated arms sales to Saudi Arabia, paving the way for this historic agreement. This decision underscores the ever-evolving nature of geopolitical alliances and the balancing act of national interests. The announcement of this colossal arms deal coincided with former President Trump's high-profile visit to the Middle East. This tour was seen as a pivotal moment in his foreign policy agenda, aiming to strengthen alliances and secure economic interests in the region. His itinerary commenced in Riyadh, where he engaged in talks with Saudi leaders, solidifying the foundation for this landmark agreement. The discussions were centered around mutual interests, including security cooperation and economic partnerships. Following his stay in Riyadh, Trump traveled to Qatar to meet with Emir Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani. The meeting focused on regional stability and enhancing bilateral relations. The Qatari capital, Doha, had prepared meticulously for the visit, underscoring the significance attached to it. Streets were adorned with American and Qatari flags, and security was heightened to ensure a smooth visit. Trump's Middle Eastern tour also included a notable meeting in Riyadh with Syrian President Bashar al-Assad. This meeting was a significant diplomatic move, aiming to open new channels of communication. This encounter marked the first meeting between U.S. and Syrian leaders in 25 years, signaling a potential thaw in relations between the two countries. It was a historic moment that could pave the way for future negotiations. In a significant gesture, Trump announced the lifting of U.S. sanctions on Syria and presented a list of 5 demands to President Assad. These demands were aimed at fostering peace and stability in the region. These demands included signing the Abraham Accords and taking responsibility for ISIS detention centers. The tour concluded with a sense of cautious optimism, as these steps could lead to a more stable and cooperative Middle East.
This landmark arms deal carries profound geopolitical implications, reshaping alliances and power dynamics in the region. The agreement is widely seen as part of a broader U.S. strategy to foster normalization between Saudi Arabia and Israel, a move that could alter the balance of power in the Middle East. Mike Huckabee, Trump's nominee for ambassador to Saudi Arabia, has stated unequivocally that this is a top priority for the administration. His involvement underscores the importance the U.S. places on this diplomatic effort. However, Saudi Arabia has maintained its long-standing stance that normalization with Israel hinges on the establishment of a Palestinian state, a demand that Israel currently rejects. This condition remains a significant obstacle in the peace process. Adding another layer of complexity to the situation, the Saudi defense minister embarked on a significant trip to Tehran in April 2025. This visit marks a pivotal moment in Saudi-Iranian relations. During this visit, he met with Iran's supreme leader Ali Khamenei, signaling a potential rapprochement between the two regional rivals. This meeting could pave the way for future cooperation or, at the very least, a reduction in hostilities. These developments come at a time when renewed nuclear talks between the U.S. and Iran are underway, adding further intrigue to the already intricate web of Middle Eastern geopolitics. The outcome of these talks could have far-reaching consequences for regional stability and international relations.
Section 6. Saudi investments in U.S. education. Beyond the realm of defense cooperation, Saudi Arabia has also made substantial commitments to invest in the United States, particularly in the field of education. In January 2025, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman pledged to invest a minimum of $600 billion in the U.S. A portion of this investment has been earmarked for supporting Middle East studies centers at prestigious American universities. The University of Arkansas is slated to receive a generous $20 million, while UC Berkeley will benefit from a $5 million contribution. These investments underscore Saudi Arabia's interest in fostering greater understanding and collaboration between the two nations. They also highlight the multifaceted nature of the U.S.-Saudi relationship, which extends far beyond defense cooperation.
Section 7. A deal of contention. The announcement of this massive arms deal has elicited a mixed bag of reactions, both domestically and internationally. Proponents of the deal, such as former British ambassador to the U.S. and Israel, Sir David Manning, believe that it will contribute to regional stability. They argue that a stronger Saudi Arabia, equipped with advanced U.S. weaponry, will be better positioned to counter threats from Iran and terrorist groups operating in the region. However, critics of the deal express deep concerns about the potential for arms proliferation and the exacerbation of human rights abuses in the region. They argue that flooding the region with more weapons will only fuel existing conflicts and lead to further instability. Human rights groups have condemned the deal, citing Saudi Arabia's track record of human rights violations, including its involvement in the Yemen war.
Section 8. The quest for regional stability. The $142 billion arms deal between the U.S. and Saudi Arabia represents a gamble on regional stability. The Trump administration's decision to move forward with this deal, despite widespread concerns, reflects its belief that a militarily stronger Saudi Arabia is essential to counter Iranian influence and combat terrorism in the Middle East. However, the deal's potential to achieve these objectives remains uncertain. The Middle East is a region riven by complex conflicts and deep-seated rivalries. Injecting more weapons into this volatile mix carries inherent risks. The deal's long-term impact on regional stability will depend on a multitude of factors, including Saudi Arabia's own actions and the broader geopolitical dynamics at play. Section 9. Looking ahead. Uncertainties and opportunities. As the dust settles on this historic arms deal, uncertainties and opportunities abound. The deal's success in achieving its stated objectives of bolstering Saudi Arabia's defense capabilities and promoting regional stability remains to be seen. The Middle East is in a constant state of flux, and unforeseen events could easily derail even the most well-intentioned plans. The deal has also injected new complexities into the U.S.-Saudi relationship. While it has undoubtedly strengthened military ties between the two countries, It has also exacerbated concerns about human rights and arms proliferation. The Biden administration will face the challenge of balancing its strategic interests in the region with its commitment to promoting human rights and responsible arms sales. Only time will tell how these competing priorities will be reconciled.